everyone, my name is Raphiat and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make that crunchy, extra crispy chicken, the KFC style. And I'm also going to be spilling secrets on how to make sure your chicken turns out crunchy each time you make it. In addition to that, I'm going to be showing you how to make one of the best dipping sauces you can ever have with chicken. So please keep watching. Of course, the first thing we need is chicken, and since we're making chicken tenders, we're going to be using chicken breast, and I've already washed the chicken breast thoroughly. The truth is, for crispy chicken, you can actually use any other part of chicken like the wings, the thighs, drumsticks and all of that. But today I'm going to be using the breast for this recipe since we're making chicken tenders. And all you have to do is slice the chicken breast, each one into half. Then start cutting. You can cut either horizontally or vertically, that's fine. The cutting is also not limited to this size and shape. You can cut in various sizes depending on how you want it. You might want smaller chunks, but I really wanted them to be chunky. So if you want smaller chunks, just cut in maybe small cubes, small squares, and you're good to go. The only thing to note about this cutting process is that no matter the part of chicken you're using, if it needs cutting, just do the cutting, but always make sure that the chicken has already been thoroughly washed, and you can wash using salt and water or water and vinegar, whichever one you're good to go. So that's it for the cutting the chicken. Now that I'm done cutting the chicken, I'm just going to transfer into a bowl. Now let's make the spice mix for the chicken, and I've just added ginger, pepper flakes, paprika powder, seasoning powder and some salt into a bowl, and I'm just going to mix everything together. You can actually use spices of your choice, but these are basic spices that you need to make your crispy chicken. If there is any other spice you want to add or anyone that you want to omit, you can do that. It's based on preference, but these are my go-to spices and they always turn out bomb for me. I'm going to put more details regarding the spices and all other ingredients in the box below. Another secret is in the milk. First of all, if you don't have liquid milk, simply dissolve some powdered milk with some water and you're good to go. Milk is a known meat tenderizer, and what it does to chicken is simply to tenderize it by activating an enzyme that is going to kick off the whole tenderization process, so that at the end of the day we are going to have chicken that is soft on the inside, very tender on the inside and crunchy on the outside. In addition to that, it's also going to trap in moisture in the chicken so that it doesn't turn out so dry that it's going to be, blocking our throats. So yes, make sure you add milk. So now we are bringing everything together, and all you have to do is add about 70% of the spice mix to the chicken. Add 1 tablespoon of ketchup and lime. What the lime does is the same thing the milk does, tenderization of the meat. And the goal of everything is that we want to achieve chicken that is going to be tender on the inside and extra crunchy on the outside. So it makes sense to add another source of tenderization. Add an egg followed by some of the milk we dissolved earlier, just about 2 to 3 tablespoons. And once you're done with adding everything, go ahead and mix all the ingredients with the chicken. Mix everything together. Make sure you thoroughly combine all of them together. Back to the egg. What the egg does is that it's going to help the chicken bind to the rest of the ingredients that we need to coat the chicken. In addition to that, it's going to provide moisture and make the chicken tender. Remember, at the end of the day, what you want to achieve is chicken that is tender on the inside and extra crunchy on the outside. So all you have to do is make sure you add enough ingredients that will help you achieve this at the end of the day. And we used lime, milk and egg to achieve this tender nature of the chicken and moisture in the chicken. That is what we want to achieve. And once you're done mixing everything together, set this aside to marinate for about 3 to 6 hours. So to coat the chicken, we're going to be using all-purpose flour and cornstarch. So add both of them to a tray or a bowl, a wide bowl. And in addition to that, you're going to add the remaining spice mix. Remember the spice mix that we made earlier. We're going to add that as well, and I like mine extra spicy, so of course I added extra pepper, and now I'm just going to mix everything together. I have a ratio of mixing the all-purpose flour and cornstarch together, so I simply do a quarter out of the total measurement of the all-purpose flour I intend to use. So if I intend to use 1 cup of all-purpose flour, I'll be adding 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and if I'm using 2 cups of all-purpose flour, I'll be adding half cup of cornstarch. So just a quarter out of the total measurement of all-purpose flour I'll be using. So this is basically a process of, putting everything together. So you just have to bring the milk we kept earlier out, bring the chicken and, the all-purpose flour mixture. And you're going to do this whole coating process. It's a very easy process, and all you have to do is pick a chicken strip, coat with the all-purpose flour, dip in milk and coat in the flour again, and that's it. But if you like yours extra crunchy, you can actually do this twice or even 3 times. So from the all-purpose flour mixture, you go back to the milk. After that, after the milk, you can come back to the all-purpose flour. So that's making it twice. If you want extra crunch, you do the same thing 3 times, and so on and so forth. And once you're done with that particular strip, you can set that one aside. And that's it. Very easy to achieve. You can use egg in place of the milk for the dipping. It's all the same thing. It's basically a process of making the flour be able to stick to the chicken properly. So anything that can make it stick properly, you're good to go. So you can use egg in place of the milk, and it's also going to turn out fine. Simply repeat this process until you're done with all the chicken strips, and once you're done, you're going to be left with this. So now all the chicken strips have been coated and they look like they are ready to be fried. So let's go ahead and do the frying. Add some vegetable oil to a frying pan or any oil you want to use, and then allow it to heat for a few minutes before adding onions. What the onions does is that it's going to flavor the oil, and I recommend that you do this because it takes it to a whole new level. You can also do this using ginger, garlic, basically any ingredients that can add flavor to the oil. Now all you have to do is add the chicken strips one after the other, making sure that the oil is not too hot, just the right level of heat, which is going to be at medium heat. So set your gas cooker or stove or anything you're using to fry, let it be on medium heat, then start adding the chicken strips one after the other. We're going to allow the chicken fry on each side for about 2 to 5 minutes, knowing that this is on medium heat, not high heat, please. So allow each side for about 2 to 5 minutes, and once the first side has stayed for the first, I'm doing 3 minutes actually. Once the first side has stayed for 3 minutes, go ahead and flip the chicken over. At this point there, the flavor, the aroma coming from this frying pan, it was lovely, it was amazing. So if you don't want to fry, you can actually bake the chicken strips. That will actually turn out lovely as well. So all you have to do is line the chicken strips on a baking tray and transfer to your oven. You can use an oven, you can use an air fryer, you can use halogen oven, basically anything that will provide enough dry heat. And now that we're done frying, I'm just going to pick each chicken strip out of the frying pan. I'm going to repeat this process until I'm done picking the whole chicken strips out of the frying pan, and go ahead and fry the next batch. Repeat this process of frying until you're done with frying all the chicken strips. So now let's quickly make the dipping sauce, and I'm going to start off with fresh curry leaves. You can actually use any herb or vegetable of your choice, but I prefer using curry because it has this distinct, unique and amazing flavor that they added to this sauce. So make sure you've washed your curry leaves properly before cutting them into very small pieces. You can do the same with whatever herb you want to use. If you're using dill or whatever, make sure you cut them into smaller pieces. We are going to combine everything together, and I started off with ketchup, followed by mayo, and of course pepper, chili pepper. I like it hot, so I added pepper and the fresh curry leaves that we just sliced. Mix everything together until they are thoroughly combined. You guys, The flavor, the taste of this dipping sauce is amazing, and it's multi-purpose. You can use it to have your french fries, and it's perfect for this crunchy chicken that we just made. And I'm very sure that when you try this combination, you're going to love it. I'm going to put the exact measurements in the box below, so please check it out. Just as expected, the chicken came out extra crunchy and extra crispy and tasty as well. You're going to love this recipe when you try it out, I assure you. Once you follow all the steps and everything I said in this video, you're going to make that extra crunchy and crispy chicken that is going to leave you wanting more, that KFC style. You're going to really love it, and that's it. Really easy to make, and I can't wait for you guys to try it out and send me your feedbacks. You guys, look how crunchy, how perfectly fried this is. So guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so, and give this video a thumbs up. Share this video to your family, your friends, and your loved ones. Bye bye, and I'll see you in my next one.